Hello there, and welcome to Crossroads. Welcome to the Angry Dutchman's Master League affiliated tournament, Vanilla Deluxe. In this tournament, you can't play any commanders, and you have to play a different faction every game of a series. We're looking at PFC, who recently dispatched Elpern with a score of 2-0 in round 1. He's now in round 2 versus a very famous player indeed. It is indeed the Russian heavyweight Noggano, a series master. This guy has been a dominant player and coming here as 1 and 2, both 1 versus 1 and 2 versus 2. Here he is playing as his original moniker, commentator Noggano. That's what he used to play as when he was a rank 19 Panzer Elite player back in the day, amongst other factions. So yeah, a bit of a coming here as one throwback there. No Ruka clan today. Conscripts out for PFC versus the OKV. And yeah, I mean, this has been a pretty interesting tournament so far. I did predict that we will be seeing a hell of a lot of Soviets and OKW. But the excitement will be in the deciding ace game, should we get to it. If PFC can upset the odds, should be in the deciding ace game when we see the next factions. But it should be probably Soviets and OKW in every game 1 and 2 scenario. Main reason for that, as I explained in the previous series if you were here, but they're pretty powerful on their base tech tree, unlike USF, who tend to need commanders to augment them, and Wehrmacht, who certainly need commanders to augment them. So, and nobody plays Brits. Brits aren't a faction. There's a gentleman's agreement in the community that nobody ever plays Brits in tournaments. It's not written down anywhere, but it certainly is very real. CoH2 is amassing here. Of course, Noggano, one of the most famous OKW players in history. Combat Engineers looking low. Oh, they've got to run the gauntlet. Stern Pioneers will vacate the premises and execute their foe, most likely. That's unlike Noggano not to get that off there, but he still might get it. Of course he does. Conscripts fighting hard there. Don't forget, that's only a 170 manpower loss, but it's one he would not have liked. Pioneers keep the pressure on. He really needs to win this engagement because the cutoff is only there for the fuel he has taken. Ooh, Stern Pioneers low now. Conscripts doing well. More joining the fray. So, just Soviets doing Soviet things thus far, surviving a squad wipe and still winning the engagement. In the early game, it's the only time that's going to happen. Cutoff being taken as well by PFC, well played by the Korean thus far.
This is it.
There's those medical supplies. Costs quite a lot, don't forget. That's 45 munitions. Which really screws with your timings on shoe mines and Fausts and all that good stuff. Somebody was indicating in chat, I believe it was Pallyman, that sometimes makes, if you've seen a lot of healed squads, not many Sturmgewehrs, it is an indication of mechanized being chosen. I've never really considered that myself, but pretty damn good tactical observation. Conscripts looking to just neutralise the fuel now. Will they survive the onslaught, however? Very low on health. And they retreat away. And they'll pay in blood for the denial of fuel there. 2 combat engineers, one of which with a flamethrower. Conscripts coming up behind to merge should they need it. More enveloping these CoH2 behind the headstone of the cemetery and forcing them away. Nobody has fuel for now. As in base, we don't have healing quite yet, and that is the problem of losing that combat engineer early on. We are going to be without base healing for a while for PFC now. Stern Pioneers advance with those Sturmgewehrs. Back away, back behind the light cover. Combat engineers. Oh, that's a nice little... they see the heavy cover and they shy away. Good choice by PFC here. He really needs to go up the gears a little bit now. Elpern's a good player, but Noggano's an all-time great player. So if PFC wants to win today, he has to play out of his skin. He cannot coast like he coasted in that game 2 versus Elpern and lose 2 combat engineers like he did in round 1. He needs to be pedal to the metal all game long. Don't forget as well, Noggano had a very low-ranked player in that first series of the day. Folks Grenadiers forced away down there. More Folks Grenadiers in a very good situation in the north. Looking to fight for that standard territory point. Back, we could be seeing some Mosin Nagant action on retreat here. Needs to go for the block. Does he get it off? Yes, he does. He's harassing this Folks Grenadier on retreat. Where's the accuracy, though? It can't be found. Stern Pioneers use it as a distraction to advance. Combat Engineers are waiting. We now have a cutoff for PFC. Well played by the Korean in this early game situation. Stern Pioneers pushed away. He has a cutoff fully taken. He has fuel in the bag. This is looking good. Folks Grenadiers want to rectify that situation. Get the cap off themselves. I feel like I've warmed up as a caster now as well. I can speak eloquently with delivery, and the things I'm saying make sense, which is always an added bonus, I find. Wants to save those munitions now. Get the Sturmgewehrs out. Machine gun as well. Combat Engineer, by the way, has very tidy 5 infantry kills. Good amount of health on these last 2 engineers. He could have stayed there for a while, but chose not to in the end. Which Grenadiers go to the... Can't think of a pun with sandbags and tea. Sandwiches for tea? No, it's sandbag wedge usually. There we go, we got the support package up for the Stern Pioneers. Surely some Sturmgewehrs teching. Surprised by that. MG34 with a wide spread there. Conscripts go behind the sandbag should they want to. Incendiary grenades thrown. Sturmgewehrs advance. Low health conscripts. Does have healing in base now at least, but he could lose a squad here. Stern Pioneers gunning for him. Could be the second squad wipe by the same squad in the same territory sector. So close.
Supply sector under attack.
Somebody in chat says I need to change my title. People think I'm playing and not casting the tournament. Fair enough, I can do that. Won't do it in the middle of this game, though. Or will I? Grenade thrown in the centre there. Incendiary grenade forcing away the conscripts. They back up into the crater. 212 viewers watching live as A edits the title.
Supply lines have been cut.
Okay, there it's saved. And conscripts are in the smoking husk of the building as the Stern Pioneers now have 19 kills in 9 minutes of play. That's massive, and they're climbing as well. 20 now. Conscripts are low, forced away. We have the Panzer II Lukes coming up. Mechanized chosen for Noggano. Sandbag versus Haystack. Who's going to win in this edition of Heavy Cover Wars? Nice mine coming down there, is it? Yes, indeed it is. So as soon as the tank comes for the crush there, that's going to be... Oh, will he be spotted? Can he plant? Oh, we can't get it off in time. Could actually detonate the mine here. Oh, he did cancel it. Excellent from PFC. He can use his keyboard buttons. That's... Oh, no, he didn't. My bad. Combat Engineers planting the mine in the west here. T-70 out. The slow eviscerator of the Soviet army. I used to call it the backbone. Terminator light tank. The Pyramid of Doom. But in the New Balance patch, we have to think of new names for this little bastard.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Let's get a nice thumbnail. Good old T70 for the YouTube thumbnail. How about that? Puma's coming out for OKW. Not a bad option. Meanwhile, we've got an engagement over here as a little parachute shows one folks grenadier died. Very sad death indeed. So no Rakettenwerfer for Noggano. He's going straight for Puma. Luke's and folks grenadiers panning out with the Stern Pioneer support. T70's got 2 kills now. Heavy cover beckons for Noggano. PFC needs to retreat there. What's he thinking? That Soviet squad's going to be so lucky to survive. So little health. Could still die now, actually. Combat engineers vacate the premises as the onslaught from Noggano continues. T70, meanwhile, has been operational against the Foch Grenadiers. Can't get any follow-up shots, however. PFC showing some really dodgy moments against Noggano around this area. This house seems to make him go brain AFK at times. Other than that, he's been brilliant. If we check the stats, I mean, look, KD's very, very Soviet circa 1942, isn't it? So many low... This retreat path here has been so many low health squads. Johnny Cab's chanting for PFC in chat, which allegedly stands for porn for cats. I mean, I'm not sure about that. This could be a squad wipe, by the way, because we've got a mine on retreat. There you go. Only kills 1, though. Meanwhile, the duo of devastation, the Puma and the Luke's, ganging up on PFC in the centre. He has got the Zisgun coming out, though. The famous method of resilience for any Soviet player in Company Heroes 2. You can just occupy this cube of territory here, stemming from the fuel point in the east to your cut-off in the west. Just get your Zisguns down and prepare to buckle down, because the OKW player can be ground down in the long run if you go for support weapons. Noggano, however, ain't any old normal OKW player, and he pretty much wrote the book on Soviet survival methods on Crossroads. Many famous games outlasting opponents. Zis misfires horrendously, announcing its arrival. T70 backs into the position. Just pushes away the Foch Grenadiers with its presence. Puma smells blood, however. Where's that Zis at? Missing horrendously. He's going to have to be on constant anti-tank duty. No field artillery barrages for him today, because there's 2 AFVs going to really punish him. Could we be seeing a nice mine here? Will he pursue and run into that mine? Oh, he gets the minesweeper out. Well played by Noggano. I just think that's hype. Just the presence of mine to think of that in the heat of battle. Really hype stuff. Now we might see a light artillery barrage. Not until he destroys the sandbag, though. 3 duties for the Zisgun. And the T70. Oh, there's that Puma, though. Parting shot from the T70 as the Foch Grenadiers push in. Noggano has so much map control at the moment. He does have his Schwer setup. What a setup that is. Look at how dominant that is. Oh, and PFC's losing on the west side there. First conscript death for him. He's trying to push out on the east, but Noggano's just casually dominating him. Just needed to drag him into deep waters and then drown him. Did Noggano. Puma's looking for the overshot, but Zis could get a famous kill here. PFC's scouting him. Can he get the attack ground? Yes, he can. Puma down.
The enemy has cut off a sector.
Look at the map dominance for this Russian behemoth. Oops, there's sandbags standing in the way there, helping them against projectile damage. Sandbags are operational even if you're not directly behind them. Well, if you're not actually part of them, you know what I mean. Adjoined. He was kind of directly behind them, just not in the usual way of thinking. T-70 has 10 kills. Sorry, did I say 10? I meant 11 kills. That's the new T-70 though. That could have been a squad fight with the old one. Ooh, nice from PFC. What an angle found on this Panzer II here. T-70 spotting as well. But he takes a Faust. Ziskin couldn't follow up with a massive overshot there, unfortunately, for PFC. Sturmgewehrs push in. T-70 backs away. Got combat engineers suppressed in the west. Triple cap soon for Noggano again. PFC down to 353 victory points. Rakettenwerfer out for Noggano. Zis pushed away. T-70 gets veterancy 2 now, giving it that rate of fire bonus that's so prominent. This conscript's managed to get all the way past there, and it's somehow... Oh no, here comes Panzer Authority. Oh, it's brutal, isn't it? One little shot there just to say hello, goodbye. Building sandbags in the heat of battle here. It's crawlers, possibly give a little bit of sight to Noggano. Look at that, isn't that bullshit? No ambush for you! You can kill them though, so it's all good, I suppose. Gotta kill the crawlers, guys. Next gen stats. Fair, it's those details that really do add to this game and make it a spectacle that it is. Never seek to remove the crawler vision. Luke's, by the way, has 16 kills. Oh, but the Zis has repositioned, forces away the Panzer II. Meanwhile, in the east, PFC's missing these engagements and retreating late. He can't keep affording to do this. Oh, a T-70 rescues the situation. Takes the victory point again, does PFC, just stemming the bleed for now. Don't worry, the Schwer can't quite see the victory point, so he can cap the centre, should he want it. He does have 2 flamer squads as well, so he can definitely flank this central house, but the amount of pressure Noggano's been doing in the east has just been, you know, really keeping him off balance. And famously for South players, if you're off balance, you've got this standing in your way, which kind of like halts your traversability. They did actually add this. This gap in the hedgerow here was at the last edition of Crossroads 2 years ago. They had White Flash added this, to just ease that southern traversability. It might have been me that pointed it out actually, but originally North was winning most of the games on Crossroads. He's putting 2 mines up in those same gullies, and here comes that pressure in the east again. Veteran Volksgrenadiers with those Sturmgewehrs pushing in. T-34 is going to be out before Noggano gets his Panzer IV. Good timing from PFC, much better than in the Alpern series. 2 pushing away those combat engineers. As the MG34 now gains veterancy. He's had a lot of fun. 4 kills. The tab, of course, to see its true range. Nice shot by the Rakettenwerfer. Can he get the follow-up kills? And he's going to get Fausted here. That is unfortunate. Rakettenwerfer's pushing in. He smells blood. Let's get some vision from... Oh, he's still showing. Look at this as well. He's finding all kinds of angles of a conscript spot for him. Do we have another Faust threatening? We will do in 2 seconds' time. This could be a very dead T-70. There you go. Molotov on retreat. Could he lose a Volksgrenadier for the death of a T-70? He could lose a lot more. Rakettenwerfer could go down here. Noggano got very greedy there. Panzer IV is late. T-34's right on time. First Grenadier could be dead. Oh my, how does that thing survive? Oh, that MG34 suppressing Noggano with the presence of mind to preserve his position here. And Panzer II comes to rescue the situation. Did you see crew members of the MG34 killed there? First Grenadier low. What was he thinking there? Just wants to get it back. He's been a little bit dangerous, is Noggano. Panzer IV's out soon. Overshot again on the move accuracy. Needs to go stationary to get those shots in. Kills Raketenwerfer, but it's in the base sector now. He has been able to pull all these squads up. Ziskun's being flanked, however. What a series of engagements we're seeing. They're fighting for these. There's that mine as well. Can he get an 18-8 off? No, the other MG34's there. Stern Pioneers lose some models. Panzer II looks likely to survive. There's no mine here anymore. Indeed, he will. Can he pick up one of these weapons? Probably not, with the Panzer IV rearing its ugly head. A casting bingo. Finally, we use that phrase. There's the MG34's in peril. There's another one for you. Another T-34 is going to be out. What's his combat engineer thinking? PFC needs to stop throwing these away. He's playing more like a North Korean than a South Korean right now. 18-8. T-34's climbing. A lot of kills have happened there. The amount of attrition for Noggano to take back those support weapons has been quite a lot. And PFC's been able to take the central house back, so just goes to show, it really does, if manpower is the #1 resource in this game, and I always stand by that. Look at the KD's really narrowed in PFC's favour. If we go to army value, you'll see that PFC's shot up there, and that was due to all those engagements going in his favour. He had this teeth. Look at the kills on that thing. 15 kills on the T-34. It's barely been on the field for 2 minutes. And now there's another one. I have to say that PFC is in a strategic position now of dominance. It has to be said. 4 conscripts as well. Well, 3 of them have the upgrade. No, they all have the upgrade. The one, he just needs a 7th man, that's all. Panzer II still on the field. That guy has 24 kills himself. Not too shabby. Having a good old time watching some good tournament action today. Very fun. See a new tournament, new organizer for a change. Good old AE doesn't have to do any admin. I can just come in for the memes and the fun. It's always nice to have. Sandbag destroyed. Foch Grenadiers are forced to vacate the premises. Meanwhile, in the north, T-34 just tanking shots in the literal sense of the word. There's the conscripts are in the capping circle, aren't in? How is that in the capping circle? That guy's right heel. That rarely happens for me when I play this game, I'll tell you that much. MG34 in the east here. Setting up now, finally. Meanwhile, in the north, the Panzer IV is hunting. Bursting through the cemetery gates. It's a very good game so far, but only 140 victory points remain for PFC. Surely he needs an Su-85 next, one would predict. Conscript's about to die, perhaps. No, Panzer IV changes his target. And it was possibly a little bit late. He's had 2 shots there he could have used. Meanwhile, here comes the OKW army. The Hull gunner got the kill there. T-34 pushed away. Another conscript bites the dust. There's another one in the centre that could die. PFC's preservation is evading him right now. Oh, just about staying in the game. Keeping these squads alive. But here comes Noggano's army. There is that mine, though, don't forget. That could help him. Katusha's the choice. Not sure about that one. Not sure at all. There's your mine. You found it. Well done, Noggano. You sniffed it out. I mean, I could be massively mistaken. Maybe this Katusha goes on to be the nuclear Katusha and devastates human life as we know it in Eastern Europe, but I'm not seeing that. SU-85 may have been a stronger choice. They vet up really well as well. It's best to get one out when you can to start that journey to veterancy 2, so you get the penetration. In my opinion, at least, that's what. Just a little bit of build order criticism as a time-honoured tradition in Company of Heroes high-level casting. But here it is anyway. The Stalin organ. Not to be confused with Stalin's organ. That's a very different beast. Good penetrations there. Rakettenwerfer sets up. This could be a very dead Rakettenwerfer. T-34's going in. Can PFC get some penetrating shots? He needs one more, but he's a little bit caught up there. Katusha's firing on the Rakettenwerfer. Does he wipe it? He's certainly going to slow it down. Combat engineers, can they get shots in? And it's decrewed. There you go. Nice first salvo. A barrage of destruction from the Katusha. T-34's on prioritized vehicle. May want to change that. Indeed, he does now. MG-34's in a spot of bother. As the Lux now gains veterancy 4, 26 kills, and Noggano is forced away in the center. There was actually only 2 kills on the Katusha there. Mine detonates. Panzer II's in danger. Oh my. PFC. What a hero. This guy is showing how it's done as Soviets on South Crossroads. You survive. You persist. And you can challenge the very best in this game. Panther going out for Noggano. He doesn't have his famous command Panther of the special operations, but he does have the Vanilla Panther for Vanilla Deluxe. Mines being planted in the center here. While the West Roller on the cut-off, a famous mine position. Look at Noggano's army. He's like Hitler and the Untergang looking at maps right now. Doesn't want to be told the truth, perhaps. Or does he have a Wunderwaffe waiting? Panther's late to the party as ever. The offensive has been delayed. But can it be successful against Soviet deep defense? Let's find out. Panzer Fear and Funf cohort doing excellent damage against that conscript squad. Gonna just check his retreat path. Indeed, he survives. T-34 watches on in horror, but he has that Rakettenwerfer now. Katusha should be charged and ready to go. Indeed, he is. Maybe he can add to those 2 kills. He's got a flare up at the moment. Combat engineers are spotting as well. But there's only 2 support weapons now for Noggano, so it's not easy pickings in the support weapon avenue. It's 4 o'clock as well. I think it's an acceptable time to have a drink of whiskey. So what we're going to do, right, we're going to pause at 28 minutes because I know this is going to be deep battle. This is going to be a mega contest. I'm going to put a poll up in chat. I want to know, at this half-time interval, who is going to win, Noggano or PFC? Noggano, PFC. It's going to be a 2-minute poll only. Oh, I can't put the word Noggano in there, so I'm going to remove that and change it with a 0. There we go. Still, the content does not meet guide. Come on, Twitch, play the game. Is now called Nico. There we go. Start poll. 2 minutes. Let's go. Everybody vote. A half-time interval. Who's going to win? And rather uncivilized, AE is going to have a drink of whiskey at 4 in the afternoon because I feel myself flagging a little bit. And we all know that I use performance-enhancing drugs on my cast. I've got Hey Club. I got this for passing my chartered accountancy exams. I've finished all my exams now, so cheers, guys. And half-time interval. I know I'm going to be here for the next 25 minutes casting this game. It's got really good game written all over it, so... Sat and look at these poll results. Oh, it's close. Got a lot of votes. 58 in total people have voted. 28 for PFC. 20 for Noggano. Shall we see the last half of this game, lads? Let's get some rumble of thunder in chat. Let's get some hype because we've got a really good game lined up here. Really good indeed. Panzer IV getting battlefield repairs. Conscripts under peril. Combat engineers are just spotting at the moment. Look at this. That's not them, sorry. This is them. They're seeing everything west and east of the victory point. And most importantly, that all this entrance, and they've lined up the AT guns now behind the hedgerow. Panzer IV's pushing. Where's the Panther? He's looking for repairs, but he can't get them. Kettenwerfer gets a shot in. Zis waits. Combat engineers jump in the house, but they suffer some casualties. Oh, and shotgun! Katusha rockets nearly obliterate 2 squads there, but Noggano reacts. Kettenwerfer attack grounds. You may think that this cast is biased in favour of PFC. He is the underdog, but the caster's perspective here, the camera really does see a lot more of PFC's, army. If we're to rotate the camera, you just really do get a sense that we're casting more Noggano's perspective. But nobody's ever going to do that. Plus, this map looks weird from that perspective. It really does. All the textures look off. It looks very green. Watson in chat says PFC's definitely not an underdog. I'd say he is a massive underdog. Noggano's one of the top 5 Company Heroes players of all time. You cannot get more underdog than this for PFC's. He's merely just a top 50. In this tournament, he's definitely top 10, of course. I'm just on the all-time rankings. Su-85 out better late than never. Or like Gandalf, does he arrive precisely when he's needed? Kettenwerfer with some good penetration at the Panther here. Noggano's having a tough time of playing up against PFC. He really is. T-34's pushing away, but don't forget Noggano's got victory point control at the moment. He's doing a good job of things. There's that first Zis barrage of the game. That's so surprising. Combat engineer climbs to 8 kills. Panzer IV pushes in, but the Kettenwerfer's waiting. Su-85 does not get a shot away. PFC possibly needs to up his micro now for one last push. Can't afford to relax. A Stuka Zufus is certainly required for Noggano. He just needs to be able to annihilate these support weapons. Will they go for it though? With no artillery available to him, it's his only real choice in this Vanilla Deluxe tournament. I think that was his first Zis barrage, wasn't it? Correct your name. He only had 1 kill before that, and I thought that was a tank kill. Indeed, it was. Fair enough. He's done more than that, guys. But it was his first one to kill an infantryman. So that's what I meant. Su-85, T-34 has better maneuverability and everything. That's 36 kills. Veterancy 3. OKW is at 76 pot cap right now, so it has room for one more decision. Would you guys go for another Panzer IV perhaps, or are you thinking this Stuka Zufus that AE would like to see? What are you thinking? Look at this, Noggano's preparing for a flank. Are there mines here anymore? No, there aren't. Interesting. No mine there either, so he is wide open on the western side. Panther against T-34, always in danger. Su-85 rescues the situation and the attack ground fails. We do see a damaged engine. Here's that flank perhaps. Panzer IV's looking for it. Panther makes his way back into the base sector. Somebody in chat says double Panther. Panzer Elite style. Maybe. There's 3 options available to him anyway. Shotgun Katusha barrage threatens. Gets some friendly fire kills, it looked like there. But he gets him with the overshot. First Grenadiers down after all that. The Su-85 just goes forward to thwart him at the last. Vet 2, T-34 in danger. Kettenwerfer firing. We're not doing anything right now. Vet 5, First Grenadiers from the western side doing damage. The other ones pushing from the east, but suffer an almighty blow from this now Vet 3 T-34, but the Panther wants a kill and gets it. Can the Su-85 reap revenge upon him? No, he can't. Shots deflected by the front Glacis armor. 45 degrees of penetrative survival. And it's snowing outside, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed snowing outside. I can confirm. Snow hype, let's go. Crush the hedgerow. And by the way, crushing the hedgerow really does help Noggano, because the AT guns now can't attack the grounds as much. They're exposed. Yeah, don't know how he's going to utilise that with his infantry. He did lose a Foch grenadier to that Katusha volley. But, you know, should he rebuild his stocks of AI, he should be able to take advantage. He has, by the way, used that central victory point to push PFC down. Vet 3 T-34 in danger. Su-85 goes forward, close to veterancy 1 now. 18-8 threatens MG-34. Gets the suppression off. Vet 3 T-34 pushes forward. Good penetration by the Su-85. Does not suffer an engine damage. Was at full health. Meanwhile, new T-34 emerges. He's going to keep him. Oh, look at that Zis barrage. That's a big one. A lot of health damage there. That snow is massive. Really big flakes. I think that means it's going to stick, right? Very snow globe pretty. Shall we have a snow globe out the window? I think we should. I know this could be like an all-time great coming here as cast, but we'll just keep an eye on the action. And I've just undone my blind, so I have this lovely snow effect in my eastern peripheral. Su-85 with a good shot there. T-34 in danger. Like Ralph Wiggum has to get out of there. K-Pen says, show me. Do you guys actually want to see the snow or not? I can show you. Has to be more than just K-Pen. K-Pen's here for the memes. Panther on the eastern side, Foch Grenadier. Ready to push up with him. Should he be needed. Will Noggano go for a pincer attack? Katusha. Where are these rockets landing on the MG-34? Not a bad target, but they cut a silhouette around him. T-34 up to 42 kills now. The push did come in the east. Foch Grenadiers looking for it, but that fresh T-34 gets some good shots away. Really good play so far with those things. Can't push in here because this Panzer IV has a shit ton of kills. That's 32 in total. Combat engineers who are scouting have suffered damage. Here comes the Panther, taking advantage of the situation. Can he finish off the T-34? Another shot of survival ready. Zis can't help out enough. We have a neutralization in the north, so I don't think Noggano is going to get any victory points out of this situation. Very briefly, here's the snow. It's much prettier in real life, I must say. It's much prettier in real life. We didn't lose any seconds of action there either, because it was very well and truly a moment of lull in activity. As we have another Panther building. Panther battle group. Let's go. Come on, lads. This is going to be cool. He can flank with this. He can really pull the trigger and stop this the Soviet steamroller. Good Raketenwerfer penetration there. Vet 3 now. T-34 pushes in. Spotting for the Su-85. Now veterancy 2. Raketenwerfer whiffs. Did it work? Yes, it did. It whiffed into the building by the looks of things. And here he is, that second Panther rolling onto the field. What a beauty. He's looking for a flank. He's got the Foch Grenadiers as well. He's pushing into the centre. Look at this deep battle. Panther pushes in from the west and the east. What's he looking for here? Maybe the Su-85 gets him in the rear. We're looking for a Faust as well, but the T-34s are ready. Will he lose a Foch Grenadier? No, he gets out of there in time. Good presence of mind by Noggano. Su-85's in peril. We have a point blank Katusha volley. killing the French Grenadier, but now might lose the Katusha to the Panther. Meanwhile, Zis is firing. Veteran C3, T-34s as well. Su-85 has gotten out of there. Panther down, gets the kill. T-34s may now attack on the other Panther. What an engagement for PFC. Noggano's taken out of the game. All he lost was a Katusha. And in the meantime, he was able to get a kill with the same lost vehicle. Panzer IV could go down, but he's not going to get greedy. Good engagement for him here, there, as the combat engineers look likely to survive. Third T-34 building as well. And this Su-85, the reversal of him was key. He was able to navigate around here, possibly slightly off camera there, and just survive and get those killing shots in. Mosin-Nagant accuracy, where are you? This could finish the game. So close. So far away. But look at Noggano's army. He's down to 27 pop cap. PFC has an almighty 70 and a support weapon left to crew. Noggano's built a Raketenwerfer. He has a lot of victory points. He's going to make one last push, it would seem. Don't forget as well, guys, he has a lot of fuel. K-Pen says that was a throw, but I have to think that it was not. And I'll tell you why it wasn't a throw. Because he needed to push at some point. And I don't blame him for trying. He could go for a King Tiger, of course, but that ain't going to help. Well, he does just need this one victory point, so maybe he needs to build an army around the King Tiger as well, but I don't think he has time for that, to be honest. Good game, though, so far. Very good game indeed. Raketenwerfer pushes away this beautiful T-34 with an escape hatch at the back. I mean, people say that the Soviets were absolute bastards to their, you know, countrymen in the war, but they had tanks with proper escape hatches, unlike a lot of other nations' tanks. Big ones. T-34 needs to amble away. Vet 5 Panzer IV, very lucky that thing's still alive. Looking for a kill here, but he's back into the Su-85. This could be an almighty push from the Panzer IV, but he backs away. Oh, what a shot! An abandoned Su-85. That should not be possible in tourney mode. Should not be possible. PFC should probably delete that. He deletes it. Well played by PFC. A man after our own heart. Sportsmanship shown. What a player. Panzer IV's in peril. He pushes in. He's trying to get the killing blows. Can he penetrate the frontal armor? He suffers a Faust. The flak emplacement could kill him here. Katusha with a volley on the retreating MG-34. Oh, Jibber says they forgot to use tourney mode. Fair enough. I have noticed that, by the way, that in the custom game lobby, the mod defaults to the winter balance patch for some reason every time. Very easy mistake to make. But I am actually a proponent of killing your abandoned vehicles for competitive players. Anyway, I think it's the honourable thing to do. I think it's a bullshit mechanic. It's nice in casual games, but nobody knows when the patch is coming out. Relic is still fixing issues after their last patch. Su-85 going down was a big find for that Panzer IV, though, and he did survive, so credit to him. Noggano's trying to get back into this. PFC is low on fuel, by the way. Raketenwerfer was decrewed, so it lost its veteran C3. It's a good shot off there. On scripts. Oh. Eaten alive by the Panzer IV. Vet 3 Zis needs to get the hell out of there. Vet 2 T-34 will protect him. Let's go a little bit cinematic for a while and just look at the beauty of the game. Go back to life now as this Panzer IV is in peril. Zis was waiting. Raketenwerfer could shoot, but the new Raketenwerfer helps out. However, the Katyusha's waiting for him. This is a fresh Katyusha. That's what he's used his fuel on, by the way. Vet 5 Panzer IV pushes in, but the Zis is still there. Noggano's getting tired because the Vet 5 Katyusha could die here. Can't afford for that Vet 5 Panzer IV to die. That's for certain. And Noggano's constantly throwing himself into the meat grinder. And the last old contemptibles of Noggano's army. PFC dabbing on him all over the place. Katyusha, no kills on that last server. The hero Katyusha of the first order, of course, had 2 very, very good Volksgrenadier wipes on retreat, which were well timed and delivered. Panzer IV repaired uber quick time by the Stern Pioneer Vet 5. One of the only 2 infantry squads of Noggano's army. Needs to salvage this Panther. Wait, he can't if he drives too close. But the Stern Pioneers have got so many duties, they don't have time right now. Told you this would be a long game. Crossroads always delivers these really long games. And he crushed it, there you go. Raketenwerfer meets the T-34 in the face. Conscripts navigate the incendiary grenade. Continue the assault against the Volksgrenadiers and are pushed away finally. This could be big for Noggano. He could finally lead PFC down from 90 victory points and lower. Look at the combat mechanics in here. Oh, wait a second. Panzer IV is looking for a flank on this T-34 here. He goes forward to evade. That's rare. Raketenwerfer helps out. Oh, what a move by PFC. Raketenwerfer could get a parting shot there. Does he get him? Yes, he does. He cocks up. Panzer IV down. Vet 3 T-34, though, in danger. Just had a mine go off, perhaps, out of control, and careering into the flagpole goes the other one. Zis lines a shot up. Conscript coming as well. Zis misses. Conscript looking for the AT grenade. No, it doesn't miss the second time. There's the AT grenade. Damaged engine again. That's a good shot. Got another T-34 building, so he can actually follow him up and kill him. What's this T-34 doing? He's just harassing these squads on the eastern side. Could have a Zis barrage timed as well now. He's changing his belt. That's how desperate it's getting for the German army. Panthers building for Noggano. Oh, he's repairing. He could hear this PFC. Perhaps. There's that Zis barrage. Vet 3 T-34 in danger. Really feel the death of the Vet 5. Oh god. Zis tracking. Oh, annihilated the Raketenwerfer. That was, sorry, tracking the tank. Look how quick that repair time is. You look away and it's repaired. Katyusha, shotgun round on the Volksgrenadier who evades this time. Really needs to get these Vet 3 combat engineers on this T-34, and he does. Panther careering down that central road. That heroic MG-34. Such a skeleton crew. Panzer IV pushing in, going to get double 18-aided most likely. Yep, they both wind up, do they? Yes, they do, and they throw it. Panther pushes in. However, it's quite low health now when there's 2 guns here. And the T-34 on the retreat path. Noggano throws his spoils in. And that is a throw. That's Noggano out of this game. If he loses it, that is. T-34 looking for the last shot. Can't get it. Somehow survives. Raketenwerfer pushes into the central victory point. Panzer IV watching over in the west. Noggano lucky to still be in this, quite frankly. Exchanging shots, no harm done. I mean, just look how long Noggano has survived with an inferior army size. Don't forget he starts with an advantage with the flak emplacements counting on that graph. He's still 20 behind on PopCap. For those that are new to the game, there is a comeback mechanic inherent to Common Heroes. You'll notice that Noggano has more manpower per minute income than PFC. For every PopCap you go up to 100, your income lowers to 100 from about 280. Something like that anyway. The lowest maximum income is 100. I know that anyway. It's a very good equation. You can actually have games that are above a 100 PopCap. And it is quite interesting. I have seen some elite play at 200 PopCap games. It's quite exciting actually. I don't know if the Master League should enter into that territory. Probably not. That's it. Jibber Jabber Jobber's got the stats in chat. I tried to remember it off the top of my head, but I've got it wrong, of course. There's for the YouTube.
Under fire! Croucher engaging! 100 points remain.
100 points remain. Now for Noggano. He needs to reorganize his assault, his drunken commander exclaims. And what does that look like for him? It looks like a second Panzer IV. No more infantry. He's given up on trying to rebuild his army there. Just hoping to win the tank battle, it would seem, in an authoritative fashion. He is suffering. Panther forced away. MG34 watches over the centre. Good battle so far. New Panzer IV good. 90-90 on the victory point count, 50 minutes in. Let's go! The game begins now. Who can eke out these last 90 victory points? Can Noggano rescue victory from the clutches of defeat? You're too sure at point blank. Where's the target? It's that Raketenwerfer. We may even go for a victory point cap. It's getting that desperate. Second Panzer IV now on the field. Conscript lucky to survive there. Raketenwerfer hits the T-34. Wasn't even through the hedgerow because, of course, that got deleted. Stern Pioneer has to stay in the victory point despite having very little health and only one Pioneer left. It's getting that desperate. Situation critical for Noggano. Oh, what a game it's been. Obersoldaten building. Once again, the MG34 firing. Dangerous stuff. Stern Pioneer gets the cap. Panzer IV with a nice volley on its first shot. Second one needs to be equally as good. Indeed it is. Raketenwerfer now hitting the efficiency 1. Giving it that cloak should he need it. Conscripts tag in for their weakened comrades and continue the cap. Here's the Su-85 that's going to help out. Panther pushing in. The dueling over that centre. Can Noggano slowly rebuild his army despite constantly having to fight? CoH Grenadier goes for the eastern cap. He needs the Panther over in the east as well. Because this T-34 wants him. Here it comes. Can he neutralise? In the centre as well. Obersoldaten taking the MG34 as we speak. He neutralises indeed. Su-85 needs to help out now. In turn. Faust damages the engine. Back in the centre. Bundle nade in a predictive path, but it still does a lot of damage anyway. What a game we're watching. As the Panzer IV looks for a flank. T-34 being repaired. Zisk on veterancy 3, but it can't get a shot away. Maybe the Raketenwerfer can. Meanwhile, in the east, conscripts versus CoH Grenadiers, both at maximum veterancy. CoH Grenadiers forced away. Obersoldaten with 5 kills already can now complete the cap. AT guns take out a Panzer IV. He did not need that. But can this Panzer finish off the AT guns? Yes, it can. I tell you what, that's worth possibly. It sounds crazy, but he has a lot of fuel. No, it's not worth. But now they're being recrewed. It was a terrible decision. Shut up. MG34 pushes in 40 manpower for every model that dies. He can't survive these casualties.
Ready for further orders.
and is forced away. Don't forget, though, he has a central victory point. He's actually winning on the victory point struggle right now. Somehow, some way, Panther pushes in. Needs another shot, perhaps. SU-85 can't attack. There's a Casbar in the way. Misses on the follow-up. Conscripts pushing in. Tick-tock, time is ticking. And the essence of a victory point struggle is now the preeminent dilemma for both players. PFC did everything he could to win this game, and Noggano survived. Just like PFC survived the early game, Noggano has somehow survived the mid-game. Katusha with a point-blank barrage. MG34 wiped. Oh, Panther assassinates that Vet 3 T-34. What a shot. SU-85 in peril. Panther pushes in. Vet 3 conscripts die. Damaged engine on the Panther. SU-85 wants to push forward, but we've got a Rakettenwerfer waiting. Noggano playing out of his skin here. Look at PFC's army. Out of nowhere, seemingly. Noggano, like a cockroach, every time you stamp on him, microscopic eggs fly everywhere. And you turn on the kitchen light at 2 AM and Noggano's there. And he's eating your children's bread. You can't get rid of him. What a player this man is. What a player. The Murmansk murderer. Well said by Gansgale in chat. This guy, the angel of Archangel, the beast of northern Russia. He is somehow in this game. He had a triple cap for a moment there. PFC's down to 17 victory points. MG34s, hip firing, devastating every conscript before them. A vanilla Zis gun now. A vanilla almost T-34. He's having to rebuild another. Will he get a crush away, though? Could this be the crush to rescue the Koreans' hopes? Panther watching on the Thames Veterancy too. Panzer IV penetrates, but he can't cap! He can't cap! Noggano wins! A double comeback game! 55 minutes of heroic and historic Company of Heroes 2 action. It's rare you see a double comeback, and we've seen... it's a beautiful thing to see. It's absolutely tremendous. It really is. It really is. GG, well played to both players here. It's like finding a nugget of gold in your morning turd. This is just awesome. It's so rare to see have a double comeback game. I can't just exclaim that enough. What a game that was. Awesome stuff. Oh my. Army value wise, you can see the comebacks here. Noggano was dominating. PFC eked ahead, and then he destroyed Noggano's army, and Noggano slowly rebuilt his forces whilst fighting. How do you do that? How do you do that whilst fighting? You fight for your life, and he rebuilds his army at the same time. What a game that was. Whoa. Almost makes me regret showing you the snow halfway through. Almost. Personal stats, we've got the best unit for Noggano was that Vet 5 Panzer IV. F in chat, please. Overview-wise, oh, look at the kills! Fuck me, that's a high kill count. Oh, wow. That's a lot of kills. Holy shit. Sorry for any sponsors that are watching. I can not swear on command if you want me to. You just have to pay me. But yeah, wow. Holy crap. That's a big boy. He's a big boy of the game. Look at the points held as well. Holy shit. That was awesome. Creative name with a very good tip in chat, by the way. Kill units get rewarded. Well said, well said. Famous advice from him there. Let's rotate over to PFC stats. His best unit was the T-34. Have a look at the units. Whoa, he lost a lot of stuff. Tank-wise, 6 T-34s were lost. Oh, wow. I didn't actually look at that for Noggano. I think this was an historic game, so I do want to see. Noggano's 2 Panthers, 2 Panzer IVs, 4 Volksgrenadiers, etc. The Obersoldaten was a miraculous choice for him. Really impressed by that. Oh yeah, GG, well played. Let me just quickly correct my overlay in the casting screen. Otherwise, I will forget for the next game. But yeah, good one. Very good indeed. My legs are shaking. Can you see? Those, I agree with K-Pen. Those Obersold Darton with the MG34s were an absolute clutch choice. Really were. That was awesome. And T30, look at that as well. The last thing that happened was this T34 died. Look at that. It's cool, isn't it? Ha! Love it. I'm not joking off. I'm certainly just shaking my legs. I've got too much energy. My adrenaline, I cast with passion. I despise the people that say I create fake hype because I fucking love this stuff. And on Reddit, there was a thread that was saying, oh, he's all fake hype. You just hype stuff up unnecessarily. Maybe you just don't enjoy it as much as I do. Why don't you just consider that? That's my answer to that guy. Is it? I know it'll be Crossroads next, surely. That was game 1, wasn't it? That was a game. My legs are shaking still. I'm going to try and straighten them out because then they're not connected to the desk. I think Bocage is in the tournament, K-Pen. It was voted in. I was certain. Very good map is Bocage. I mean, I helped revamp it, didn't I? So I would say that. That's not very good, K-Pen. We always like a bit of Bocage. Boo! More Bocage, more Bocage. You know, like in Simpsons when they say, more asbestos, more asbestos. Oh, I'm tired now. Ragnar, that's funny. The inspiring story of a penguin that casts with his feet. I'm going to give shout outs to the follows and the subs that I had during that that thing that we just did, which was called casting. I'm tired now, you can tell. I think it's a very, very good map. You know, I don't think it was at one point. It was just an okay map at one point, but then K-Pen and I worked on it relentlessly. So thanks for the host, Ishtori and Tommy. Everybody, thank you for the follows. If any of you have any Prime subscriptions you want to give me, I'm ready. Thank you for the subscription, K-Pen. Much appreciated. Thanks to the follow, Dan the Chinaman. That was 2 days ago, actually. I scrolled down too far. I don't know. I think Stormus does other stuff in his life at the moment.